Welcome back. So watchOS 11.4 has officially been released to the public, and in this video I'm going to be telling you all the new features and changes that this new software update has to offer. In order to put the update over the air, one of the first things you need to do is to update your iPhone that's paired with your Apple Watch to the latest iOS version, which is at this point in time iOS 18.4. This update slightly improves fitness. If you open up the fitness app on your iPhone and then go to the Fitness Plus, under the Explore tab right there, you can see they have added more collections that you can now add to your library. So now I can go through the different collections that are available, curated from the library to help you go for a go. And if I find one that I like or that I want to add to my library, I can just click on it like this, and you can see if I click on the three dots, I have the option to add to library or to share the collection right there. This new watchOS update actually brings 9 different emojis to the Apple Watch that you can select from the keyboard right on your Apple Watch. You can see some of them right there, like a tired face or a face with bags under eyes. And I have these on watchOS 11.4, and once you update your iPhone as well to iOS 18.4, you will see them. And just for demonstrating purposes, it just looks better on the iPhone. So you can see the new emojis we have: a face with bags under eyes, we have a fingerprint, we have a leafless tree, we have a leafless plant, we have a harp, we have a shovel, we also got splatter, we got the sock flag, and an updated Syrian flag. Now these are supported, and once your friends update, you can send them these new emojis and they will actually show up and won't show as a question mark, since watchOS 11.4 adds support for these Unicode new emojis. Even though this update actually didn't add any new watch faces, we actually got additional colors added to the colors watch face. And for demo purposes, you can see here, if you go to your watch gallery on your iPhone using the Apple Watch app, you have the new colors that have been added, and these go hand in hand with the new iPhone cases for spring this year that were recently released. So you can see we have this one, and then we have tangerine, among aquamarine, and others that have been added. Now you can simply just maybe tangerine, and then if I click add to my watch, just like this, and you can see how this new color looks on the Apple Watch. And once you update, you'll be able to see these new colors. And yeah, I like how the outline looks. If I lower my wrist and then raise it up, this is how it looks. And yes, I like how the second hand is dynamic and follows that. There've been requests for Apple to add this feature to more watch faces, but at this point in time, not all of them have this dynamic second hand that always moves around, and you can refresh and see it in real time. Another change that has been added has to do with home smart devices, especially if you have Meta compatible robot vacuum cleaners. Those can now be added to your home app as well, and they can be used in different scenes. And thanks to the automations that the iPhone and Apple Watch have, you can set them up. And since Siri is supported as well, you can use different Siri prompts once set up to be able to say, hey, like clean my living room or clean the kitchen, and that smart robot vacuum that support Meta will be able to begin doing its functions. Speaking of Siri, I'll be happy to let you know that if you're in Australia and you use the Australian Siri language, they have now added 2 new Australian Siri voices that you can select from. If you use your Apple Watch for alarms, and it's most of the times going to be in like a sleep mode or a do not disturb or silent mode like this, I'll be happy to let you know that Apple has added a new option that allows sleep wake up alarms to break through silent mode. And there's 2 ways you can actually change that. So you can now go into your sleep app on your Apple Watch just like this, and then if you click on the clock right there, you notice that's my sleep schedule. Now I can click where it says sounds and haptics just like this, and this is the new option that they have added. I'll take a screenshot of it, maybe I'll use it as my thumbnail for this video. So now they have added this option. You can see when it's disabled, it says only haptics will play if you wear Apple Watch to bed. So this is how I like it. But now with this new option, you can turn this on and it says sound and haptics will play if you wear Apple Watch to bed, irregardless of whether your Apple Watch is in silent mode or is in a sleep focus. It will play the haptics and it will also play the sound. So that changes the way the Apple Watch typically works. But for me, I like it because, you know, I can always change the severity of the haptics. I think I have them on prominent, but you can go into your settings and change that. And the other second way you can also change this option is in the alarm app. If you open it and you find any of your existing alarms, just like this, you can see, for example, if I go all the way down, there is breakthrough silent mode. And if I turn it on, it will tell me that sounds will always play while wearing Apple Watch. And yes, that's not the way I like it. Like I said, I like the way it worked, but it's good that instead of Apple trying to force this on us, they gave us the option to be able to toggle it on and off. This update fixes an issue that was existing if you were trying to swipe just like this to change different watch faces. So it wouldn't work properly whether you are swiping or whether you are long pressing and using your digital crown. So this update fixes an issue where watch selection may become unresponsive when switching faces, and you can see right here it's working pretty good and smooth. I can select the different watch faces and they load pretty good. Thanks to the latest software updates, Apple has now updated the shortcuts app. Now you can add more automation and you can search for different shortcuts. So for example, if I search for fitness, you can see they have added a couple more. Or if I search for health, for example, you can see we have a lot more that have been added. And it's not just those, they have added more actions that you can add, and some of those of course will affect your Apple Watch depending on what you set up in your shortcut app. It does seem like Apple is laying the groundwork for things like in-app actions, which include tons of shortcuts actions such as you know, for books, News Plus, Safari, Maps, and others that you can set up, some on your Apple Watch and others on your iPhone as well. Thanks to the latest correlated update, Apple has now added support for 10 new system languages that you can add, and some of those include Punjabi and Urdu, among others that you see on the screen right here. So if you want to have your devices in those languages as the general device language, you can now select those and be able to change the language. Within the wallet app, there's also been some updates. Now if you are in Japan, this update adds integration for Japanese My Number Card digital ID in the wallet app, which you can add. So if you're in Japan, you might want to check that out. According to the release notes of this update, it actually resolved some issues, and one of the issues that it resolves has to do with the camera app, especially if your iPhone is locked like this and then you open camera. There was an issue where the camera wouldn't open, but you can see mine is opening and working good right there. And another issue that was existing has to do with Apple Watch mirroring. As an accessibility, it would mirror, but then it wouldn't actually work properly on the watch, so this screen would just stay loading forever. But as you can see, now it's working. I can actually press the digital crown just like this. It goes to the app selector, but you can see as I move up and down, or as I go into the different settings and go to maybe the about, you can see it's working good. Now this shows, unlike before where this would actually be a black screen, and that's good for those that like to mirror their Apple Watch on their iPhone. During my testing and up to now, I was experiencing a couple of issues. One of them seems to be, you know, persistent. Sometimes the number of calories that I get on my Apple Watch aren't consistent with some of my other smart health devices that I use. Before, they used to be, you know, within range, you know, within maybe 5% plus minus, but now the total number of calories I get on the Apple Watch are much different from that which I have on my smart rings, which is a bit unfortunate. So I think there's an issue with the Apple Watch trying to calculate the total number of calories burned when doing a workout. And at the same time, another issue that was existing noticing was when I updated and connected my watch to a charger, it actually froze and I had to press a number of buttons and give it some time for it to be able to reset. So those are two of the things that I was experiencing. A good reason why you might want to update your watch to the latest version alongside the iPhone and other devices you may have is because of the security releases that come with the latest updates. You can see, for example, for this watchOS update, there were some, CVE entries, and those are common vulnerabilities and exposures. So without the latest versions, sometimes it's very easy to be vulnerable to, these hacks or these security issues. And you can see the last one actually had a lot of CVE entries that they patched. So keep an eye on this page. It's the Apple security page and it's a publicly available page. The next big watchOS version that's going to be coming out is watchOS 12. And if you're waiting for it, you can see that WWDC 2025 is going to take place on June 9th. So if you're waiting for the first developer beta of watchOS 12, that's when it's going to come out, and then it's going to stay in beta for a couple of months and will be released to the public closer to the new iPhone 17 release date. So if you want to see what it's going to contain and if you want to keep up to date with the latest watchOS updates, definitely do hit like and subscribe so that you always stay up to date. My name is Ben and I'm signing off. Peace.